then before EMDR and after EMDR, the brain is calmed down permanently and naturally from those traumas. Clinical hypnosis, the Amen method, and we use brain-directed nutraceuticals. We're not opposed to medications, but with the natural treatment, if a medication is needed, then we're on the lowest, most effective dose. Anybody recognize this guy? Yeah. I heard him speak in Clearwater about 12 years ago and was blown away by his work. And so I became number 46 in the nation to sign up to become one of his specialists as a therapist that understand his method. And Dr. Amen is a leader in applying brain science technology to the treatment of mental health. He's the psychiatrist who famously said, psychiatry is the last medical profession that isn't even looking at the organ they're treating. Imagine going to your cardiologist. I'm having chest pain. And they're like, okay, we'll set you up for surgery. You'd be like, well, maybe we want to look. Maybe it's just gas. So we do want to look, and one of the things he developed was a paper and pencil test because he knew that not everyone was going to be able to come to get a scan at one of his world-renowned clinics. So that's what we use, is we use his paper and pencil test for everyone that comes in so that everyone knows how their brain is working, where it might be overactive and where it might be a little underactive, where it's working well, and how to optimize it. Alrighty. In one study, 75% of women with persistent gut problems had early trauma. Treating the trauma resolved the gut issues. So we know that the brain actually gets affected from trauma, like we just discussed. It also affects other areas of our body, our gut being one of them. And so as women, if you know yourself or anybody else who's had persistent gut problems, treating the trauma resolve the gut issues. Women also have 52% less serotonin than men. And if the serotonin is too low, we'll have less empathy, we'll crave the carbs, and also lead to memory problems. Does anybody know someone, a woman who has or has died from Alzheimer's or dementia? And it's the leading cause of death in women. And we can see here the healthy versus the Alzheimer's. These are not physical holes. They're areas of the brain where there's not enough blood flow or activity for that area to be optimally working. You can see here though, it's kind of shot out here. So, one more point about Alzheimer's. Go back for a minute. Alzheimer's is dementia looking like a lifestyle disease. So there is a lot we can do to help slow the progression or even prevent Alzheimer's from our lifestyle. Number one thing, sugar. Yes, ma'am. That's right, I know. Dr. Amen tells a story. He said, with one woman, she said, I'd rather have cancer than give up sugar. It's highly addictive. We know that with the sugar, highly addictive. The brain hates sugar, and we were never meant to get this amount of sugar in our diet, ever. So, we teach a lot about how to help a healthier brain, again, through natural ways. So, some strengths of the female brain. Women are more empathetic. Yet when it's not balanced, we can feel that the world is on our shoulders, trying to take care of everyone else. We're doing more today than ever before. And often what do? We put ourselves at the back of the line, taking care of everybody else. Women are more collaborative. We make better bosses. Yet when it's not balanced, we can slow things down. We don't mean to, but we can slow things down. Women do have more self-control of the federal inmates. 93% are men. Only 7% are women, so we do have more self-control. But when it's not balanced, we can become over-controlling. So, and a woman's intuition is real. But when it's not balanced, we tend to worry about things that haven't even happened. So, we want to balance these strengths. If they've gone a little too far and they become unbalanced, we want to balance empathy with self-care. Again, we make appointments for everybody else. We want to take care of ourselves. If we're depleted, how can we help anybody else? So, as they say on the plane, when the masks come down, put yours on first. That's not being selfish, by the way. That's allowing us, when we're healthy in this way, to have the energy to then do what we intend to do for the ones that we love. So it's not selfish to take care of yourself and put yourself first. Balance collaboration by learning to say no. This can again be very challenging. I like to teach the people I work with this little trick. Always say, let me check my schedule and I'll get back to you. It gives us that moment of a break so that we can go back and actually think, is this something that I have time to do? Do I want to do it? Practice saying that to yourself, like 10 times in a row. Let me check my schedule. I'll get back to you. That way, when we practice that, we build the neural pathways, so when we're on the spot and somebody's asking us to do something, we've already got it built in. Boom, it's there. Let me check my schedule. I'll get back to you. Take a step back, think about it, decide what is best for you. We want to balance controlling behavior by keeping blood sugar level. Now, this might sound kind of strange. When our brain works right, we work right. When our brain has trouble, we're going to have trouble. The brain hates sugar spikes, the up and down, does not like it. So, we want to always start in the morning with some protein. If you're not eating breakfast, please start now. Your brain will work much better. Our brain uses 25 to 30% of the calories we take in every day. This little 3-pound organ, 25% of the calories go to run this thing. How many of us are starting our day, no gas up here? Feed yourself steady meals throughout the day, a good quality breakfast, a mid-morning snack. Always have some protein in there. Your brain and your behavior will follow. Because if our brain isn't working right, and we've got it all over the place, how are we going to notice ourselves when we're probably doing something that we don't even like we're doing? I've been like, I don't even like myself right now. So but we have to have the brain working right so we can observe ourselves and say, okay, wait, I want to change that. That's how you'll do it right there. We want to balance our intuition with facts. Okay? We are better at looking at people's faces and understanding how they're feeling. But we don't know it all, and we cannot read minds. It's helpful to remember that. We cannot read anybody else's mind. So what we want to do is, if we don't get that text back from our friend, or our husband, or boyfriend, or partner, whatever, or somebody that we work with, gave us a dirty look, or whatever, we don't know. Maybe they had a fight with their partner that morning. Maybe they're busy, and they just want to take the time to get back to us when they can really give us their full attention. How about that one? So, balance our feelings by checking out the facts. All right, we've got the healthy brain. This is what we want. One of the things that we're passionate about at the Holistic Mental Health Clinic is helping people have a healthy brain and developing brain envy. Just because we can't see it on the outside of our body doesn't mean we want to just ignore it. So for each of you today, I hope that you will walk out of here thinking of this picture and going, I want that one. I call it the peach and the plum. I want that brain. And that the things that we do in our daily life are either affecting the health of our brain or not so much. And there's a lot of stuff we can do to have a healthier brain. So, we've got these little handouts, the little questionnaires. Okay, so what you're going to do is 88 to 101. Those are the numbers I want you to fill out, 88 to 101. With a 0 meaning never. With a 1 being rarely. A 2 being sometimes. A 3 being frequently. And 4 being very frequently. Hence. Numbers 88 to 101. 4 is very frequently. Right, 0 is never. Exactly. And remember, when we say no to another, that means we're saying yes to ourselves. Let's say yes to ourselves every now and then. Okay, so I would say that frequently. I'm sorry, you're right. Do not exercise. Rarely, you're a 0. Yes. If you do exercise, yes, that would be a 0. Never do that. Good for you. That's even better. Oh, okay, you're going to put numbers. So you're going to put like a 0 is never, would be never. Okay? A yes would be how often is it? Rarely would be a 1. And sometimes would be a 2. Sometimes. Frequently would be a 3, and very frequently a 4. Now we're going to, have fun. We love bubbles, and we love having fun. That's healthy for our brain. Now, it makes you happy just to see bubbles. Okay, and to dance. So now, if your prefrontal cortex is working really well, you can total those up. 88 to 101. If not, you can use your phone. And it's okay because it's math. You haven't done it maybe in a while. So you want to total your scores up. 4 was very frequently. 0 is never. 1 would be rarely. 2 is sometimes. 3 is frequently. And 4 very frequently. So we want to total up 88 to 101. here's how you're going to be looking at your numbers right there. Total them up. And these are your lifestyle questions. 0 to 6, congratulations, you're doing great. Your brain is, you have healthy brain. I know, don't worry. I made a lot of changes myself, this information. So, 7 to 12, you're doing well, but you probably do a little bit better.
Dad goes first, you're fine. You go first.
13 to 20, prematurely aging our brain. And then more than 20, time to be concerned. These are lifestyle questions, and it's information that you can have now to go forward in your life and make positive change. I didn't know 12 years ago when I got a hold of this information. I was living pretty healthy. I didn't know brain health stuff. I made some changes, and I'm really glad I did. So, does anybody have any questions? A couple of minutes. Any questions? Ooh. Or maybe everybody's depressed now that they saw their brain. It's information. We don't print it. Like, remember what we did in the beginning? So we're not going to beat ourselves up. Just take that information and want to have that brain. Want to have that brain. We're right over there in the aisle. If you have any other questions that I can answer, just feel free to stop by.